Hello, welcome to this playthrough of Elden Ring, where I will be in the co-pilot seat and Branwen will be driving. This is a lore playthrough, and in every video there will be spoilers because this is intended as a vehicle for Branwen to explain her theories on the lore of the setting. So if you'd rather develop your own theories without being influenced by other people's, or don't want to be surprised on some of the deep lore of the game, this is not a straight playthrough of just playing gameplay focused. This is a lore focused playthrough. So you might want to give this a pass if you want to avoid big spoilers. With that said, I hope you enjoy the video. And we're back.
All right, let's talk to Melanie again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Elden Ring.
Yep. The search for more pants.
Me. I'm searching
For more pets.
given to me by my mother inside the earth tree long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the finger maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost.
So, that statement of Melena's, she is no maiden.
Mm-hmm.
How are we supposed to take that statement?
I'm the feeling I get is Maiden is more of a title than a statement of the nonsense from real world that is Maiden, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, is she saying that? Oh, sorry. Is Melina saying that she's no maiden because she has had children?
Uh-huh.
Are they saying that she is no maiden because they're a boy? Are they saying that they're not a finger maiden, but they can do the same things? It's super ambiguous.
Oh, I see what you're getting at now. There's a line in Gold, one of the Gold Digger comics, I think not too far into the color comics, where the were rats are being attacked by a lich, and they say, we have holy weapons, but we don't have anyone good enough. The only people we have good enough to use them are have gone rogue. And I was like,
Hmm.
wait, do they mean good as in skilled or good as in morality?
You there. Could you
Oh,
help us out, Cully?
and what's this? It's the singing bush. And and yes, the sheep do just roll away.
Turned and you can't see me.
What?
What'd you go and do that for? Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
So yeah. Um yeah, Bok is one of the misbegotten, but seems to be one of the more intelligent ones that is a skilled tailor.
Hmm.
Um, very unfortunate. I would like to warn everyone that we are going to play we're going to go to New Game Plus in this so that we can see the bad ending.
We're doing the bad ending
Um,
first.
we're doing the bad ending first, and yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of bad things, and I'm so sorry, Bok, for what is going to happen in this playthrough. It will never happen again.
I think our headcanon was this is like
Shame.
when we're sitting here thinking about do we want to go
In the
good or
edge of the
evil,
cave, they
that
took
this we
everything
have a
from me.
vision of the future and then say,
So
nah,
all
that's
I have
bad.
to express my thanks.
Yeah,
I hope you can forgive me.
yeah. So he gives us some mushroom.
If you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
To be useful.
But I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them. So I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore. Right.
Yeah, so
Okay. And
yeah, so he's
it starts cycling through is all I was going to say.
yeah. No, so he's Bok is a good boy who is too pure for this world. Possibly too pure for this sinful world, which is, why he must be purged. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
just say things sometimes.
No, I understand that.
So yeah, we're gonna skip a whole bunch of this for the moment. Get around to.
Isn't this kind of a dangerous place to be wandering through? I guess you know where the trigger point is, though.
I do, and yes, it is. You've got to be careful of the crabs that come up out of the lake as well, because they are that big.
That's a crab.
That is a massive crab. Yes.
Is it a massive enemy crab?
It is a massive enemy crab, and it doesn't really have a weak point to hit for massive damage.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see if we can get these boys up here to drop their pants.
The boys, probably.
Nope. Oh yeah, you hear the
Screaming. Is that the people
yeah.
on the poles?
Yep. Yep.
That's
But because remember we removed the rune of death from the Elden Ring, so nothing can die anymore.
oh God.
Yeah, no. A lot of Dark Souls continuing on to into Elden Ring is has a quite a bit of hey, maybe like you really have to think about immortality before you give it to everyone.
Now I am a proponent that you and I are both of the mind that the whole
Too
thing
stupid
of
for mortality.
yeah the whole thing of immortality is inevitably a curse. Nobody would really want it if they knew what it means. Yada yada yada. I think you and I both get tired of that. But yeah, there are some immortalities that just aren't worth it.
Oh yeah, no, you like the problem with this immortality is that like nothing stops you from getting old and your body from dying and then continuing to age and rot while you still inhabit the corpse. That's bad.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a difference between immortality and an inability to die.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
Just gonna go steal runes from people's graves and dodge these walls. Just, you know, these runes will be useful later.
Oh, there are differing colors on the wolves.
Yeah, the white ones are bigger and stronger than the grey ones.
Okay. So
There are. You go.
I thought it was going to be a cosmetic difference.
Nope. See, one of these wolves dies in 2 swings. Hello, White Wolf. Definitely not 2 swings. Way more than 2 swings. Oh no.
You've hit them 3 times.
More than 3 times. It takes a lot to get one of these guys at min level. There you go. I can do it. It's just just takes a while. You got to do a lot of dodging about, and
I noticed they do a lot of dodging about.
yeah, no, their moveset's real. They're not as real as rats in these games, but they're pretty real. Rats are just absurd.
I haven't seen you fight a rat yet, so it's going to be interesting when we do.
No, I'm not looking forward to it because I'm going to be all like, oh my god, these guys are so tough and everything, and then I'm gonna rip them to shreds and be proved a liar. I'm not talking to that guy yet. We'll get back to him. I'm just wandering through this misty forest so that I can hear the howls of Best Boy Blythe. Speaking of which, there he is.
I heard him.
Yeah.
I have the headset up loud enough this time.
Yeah, so we'll be calling him down to have a chat with in a little bit. We've just got to go and talk to Carly to find out how to get him to come down and talk to us. We'll grab this. Go grab the crystal tears that will be useful soon.
What's the other scarab there?
Oh, that one was just a replenishment for golden flasks. I will show us all again how the door opens by itself when you approach it here, which I had never actually seen before because I always come from that direction.
And big
yeah,
bear.
Big rune bear who has eaten a lot of things to accumulate runes and just gotten super big because when you eat things and kill things, you gain runes.
And last time we had a conversation, we saw this. We had a conversation about how they used to drop dragon hearts, so people used to think that dragons would come because a bear would eat so many things they'd become a dragon.
They become a dragon, yeah. That's not a thing.
Yeah, you mentioned it was patched out, and I was just like, it is very interesting that this game is a magical world, has folklore and superstition in addition to magic. Because you were saying that even though it's been patched out and was obviously a mistake, that people still believe and ask the question about it.
Yep. There's when you make a game where the lore is so obscured and a lot of I'll make no bones about it, most of Dark Souls and Elden Ring is so obscure it's hard to say what's supposed to be real and what isn't. Last time when we were here we also talked about how a lot of the connections that people have made have been looking at the names of things in the system files for the games.
Right. literal eldritch scrying and pondering things beyond the veil of reality.
Yeah, like there's also so we also did a thing where we when we got here we talked about the sacred tears and Marika and connections to Dark Souls.
Right.
So we should probably go over that bit again. So in Dark Souls, there's Dark Souls 3, there's a goddess called Kytha, who's the goddess of tears. In Dark Souls, your healing item wasn't a flask of tears, it was an Estus flask, which was a potion that people in the world brew. And it just, like, your flask is, replenishes when you sit at the bonfire and everything. So, yeah. This is specifically a flask of tears.
Right.
And there we go. Yeah, flask modeled after a golden holy chalice that was once graced by a tear of blessing, filled with crimson tears. The one washed up on the gravesite was sure to die until this flask offered its gift of rejuvenation. Yeah, so that's telling us, yeah, Melina gave us this flask and we were healed by it.
The other one has... Go on.
The other one has blue tears. Kytha's in the lore of Dark Souls 3 cries tears of red because she weeps for those who died not unjustly, unneedfully, died without cause.
Right.
And she weeps tears of blue for those who have lost loved ones.
Okay.
So the fact that Marika's blessing and the flask of crimson tears is improved by sacred tears. Blessing of the Erd Tree, worshipped in the churches of all lands. This is but a faint vestige. During the age of the Erd Tree, these tears were used to spread the faith, for theirs was once a certain blessing.
I see.
Yeah, so we improve our flasks by using sacred tears, which are found at the base of Marika's statues. Marika's statue leans over and the chalice is placed as if it's catching her tears.
I see.
Which brings up the question, if Dark Souls and Elden Ring are connected, is Marika Kytha?
Okay.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
There's also a theory in Dark Souls lore that Kytha is a goddess called Velka, or a purified version of Velka, because Velka was the goddess of sin, or rather she was the goddess of recording sins and meting out punishment for those sins.
Yeah, and you mentioned about how King Gwyn got on that list.
Yeah, she was regarded as a heretic and a witch because Gwyn did the first sin by linking the flame and extending the Age of Fire in order for self-serving reasons. Because he didn't want his Age of Fire to end. He wanted it to go on forever, and therefore for himself to go on forever. And yet at the same time, he sacrifices himself to to the fire in order to extend it, in order to extend the first flame's life.
Yeah, I've seen images of the fight against Gwyn. He doesn't talk. He's kind of a mindless fight, isn't he?
Yeah. By the at the end of Dark Souls 3, you fight the Lord of Cinder, who initially during the first phase uses your moves, and then in the second phase he fights like Gwyn. So there's a thing of, by sacrificing himself to the first flame, Gwyn became an integral part of the first flame and then, couldn't die.
As long as the first flame keeps going.
Yes. And then, he set up, with his children, he set up this whole system of getting humans to keep sacrificing themselves to the first flame because for reasons that we will get into, a human can grow powerful enough to become to feed enough souls to the flame in order to extend the Age of Fire. And by continually doing that, he could live forever.
So basically, like if the Aztec gods were assholes.
There's a bit of that, yes.
For those who are unfamiliar with that, the Aztec gods are not nearly as bad as pop culture makes them out to be. They actually care a lot about mortals, according in the culture. So the whole thing about the blood sacrifice to keep the sun going, they're actively doing that. The sun is going because, according to that mythology, one of them is actively immolating themselves.
Yeah. So let's talk to Melina again, since we're here.
Yeah.
Spoken echoes linger here. Words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
So I mentioned before when we got to this part that we are kind of seeing history in reverse. We are seeing, in this area, we're seeing the banishment of the Tarnished, and then going, as we progress through the game to the harder areas, we will be going back in time and hearing, and finding scraps of information from further and further back.
I do know that Melina was seen here. I'm talking about how the maidens give the guidance of the two fingers. And I think, is she the one that said, when will the Tarnished seek freedom from the two fingers, or freedom from obeisance to the two fingers, or something like that?
That was Rani.
Ah, okay. Okay, so it's not the connection. I was like, she's all talking about, I don't give guidance, but also I don't think the guidance is that great. I thought she was giving some of that.
No.
This is still as horrible as ever. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, fighting this guy at level 1 is a very different fight to when I did it last time we tried to do this. One more hit and I am dead.
Ouch.
So unfortunately, I used the special ability on the club to try and increase my damage, and forgot that changes your heavy attack.
Ah, okay. I was wondering
Yeah,
what the sounding roar was.
yeah.
But now comes the.
Battle.
Go on.
Sorry, you go.
I said now comes the traditional run to pick up your souls before you get into the fight again.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. It changed the way your attack worked, so you didn't knock him down as easy.
Oh, yes, and I messed up the timing of dodging that, of dodging his hits because I forgot that I wasn't doing the same move. The flailing strikes that you get after you activate the battle cry in this, you can't stop once you start.
Got it.
Oh, wow.
Ow.
Yeah, no, apparently attempting to talk while fighting distracts me enough and I am low enough level that I am sucking at this game right now.
Okay, I'll keep quiet for a moment then.
No, that's all right. I think we're just gonna not. We're just gonna go and get the We're just gonna go and get the holy damage and run up.
Okay. I think it's time to. Yeah, it's 26 minutes.
Yep.
See you in the next
I'll
video.
just.
After we kill this.
Yep. There we go.
Cool.
See you in the next.